Welcome back to the channel, guys. Time for chapter 6 of Dead Rock. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for chapter 6 of Dead Rock, and it is an interesting chapter nonetheless. We finally get a reason why Yakuto, the Black Dragon, the main character of the series, is so dead on locked into killing God, which is supposed to be the devil. Anyways, he is convinced that he is not the real one, and we got a reason why in this chapter. Unfortunately, guys, past this chapter, I think there's only one more chapter that they've released, at least on the website that I'm looking at. Unfortunately, Shonen Jump never picked it up, so I am trying to find them online as much as possible. So hopefully by the time this video releases, more have been posted so I can keep up and review as they come out. But eventually we'll have to take a pause because I fear that they're releasing them once a month instead of every week like Shonen Jump and other companies do. So it is what it is. Guys, before anything else, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing, and make sure you guys follow me on social media and other places by checking the description below. I do have 5 chapter reviews on this series already. If you don't know what the series is, why it's so special, it is the creator of Fairy Tail, also the creator of Eden Zero, which is one of my favorite animes. Fairy Tail, not so much, but it is what it is. Okay, so chapter 6. It starts off with the class getting a new teacher. So Maxwell, again, was killed by Yakuto, which is fair game in this school, but he got killed, so they got assigned Mr. Saru. Now there's a whole joke running against it because he's an actual monkey, and apparently Saru means monkey king in Chinese, so it's, you know, it's, I guess, will be an ongoing joke, but he doesn't like it. He makes sure he lets them know that he doesn't like it. So he forces the class to be punished because they followed Yakuto and made a big mess when it came to holding the they went into fought this other teacher in the arena, and they made a big mess there with Yakuto going berserk. Some of them obviously were trying to stop Yakuto, so they also made a mess. So he holds the entire class responsible for it, and they're left under rocks so that when Yakuto shows up, they're all under boulders, and he is a little depressed. Now he does save them. We see that he's able to transform only his arm into a dragon arm, and we haven't really seen that up to this point. And it is explained that the succubus, the demon that was placed to torture him for a few weeks, she actually took some of his powers, and basically she took the ability of him transforming into a dragon, mainly because he can't control it, which is good. Everyone's like, okay, well, that's good because you go berserk. You can't really control that power. But obviously he's bummed. Why? Because he has this one goal of killing God. And he really wants to do it pretty soon, but it's not going to happen soon. It looks like they didn't remove the power completely, but he needs to basically learn how to control it before he's able to gain it back. So for now, only his arm transforms into a dragon, and he's able to control it pretty well from there. Now he does let them know that there's a girl who visited him at this during the torture time, and she told him that she has an idea, a weak spot to God, and everyone just kind of freaks out. They're like, "No, we're done with your ridiculous idea." And they're like, you know, and one actually says, I think it's Hein who says it. You know, if we get rid of God, then we're getting rid of the school, Dead Rock, and that means I can't graduate, which means I can't go into the human world and do what I'm destined to do. So really, you're against us. And kind of everyone goes against him for the exception of Frey. Now, if you forgot who Frey went through, she basically in chapter 4 and 5 had to find out and go against her own sister, who's taken by this other teacher and basically controlled by him, and she's now a zombie. So obviously the school hasn't really been good to her. She has hatred towards the school, at least for allowing the teacher to do this horrible thing, which is why they went berserk, to be honest, in this arena. Now, everyone basically says, well, let's hear you out. Why do you want to kill him? You never give us a why. And this is where we get a little background story on Yakuto. And it goes for actually maybe a third or a half of the chapter. It's just Yakuto reliving his young life, and he's I think it says, yeah, it's 10 years ago, so he's just a young little boy. His father is a guy that is basically one of the right hands of God. He fights for the army of God, and he's very, very strong, but he has a sweet spot, and that is his family. His son makes him overjoyed, and his wife. He's very, very much in love with her. They're a happy couple. I guess I'll just put it like that. It just seems like everyone is enjoying their time, and then God appears, and God shows up and basically tells them that he's looking for his soldier, Yazuma. Yazuma is Yakuto's dad. So he shows up and he introduces his wife to him. He's with his wife, and God licks his lips. It's very weird. Like you can tell he's being already weird, and he lets them know that he wants to have her for a night. And then he even goes and says, "Don't worry, I'm going to return her mostly okay. She won't maybe have a little 2-3 bones broken." Like he says she might lose some limbs, but I'll still give her back. Like, it's one of those, like, what in the world are you saying? And obviously he is not going to stand for that. You can see the reaction there. He's not going to stand for that. Tells them, yeah, no, I am a member of your personal guard, and you want to do this to me? So, God just basically unleashes his wrath against the entire town and kills the dragon-like. Not many survive, and one of them is Yakuto, and he sees his father and his mother dead by the hands of God. His entire family, his entire village were massacred by God, and he says, God is a fake. I can't let him live. So I think it's a good reason. I mean, at the very least, to hate the guy. I don't know if it's a good reason to know he's fake. I think the reasoning why he thinks he's fake is because obviously his dad worked close to him, and something was odd with God. So it's either he's been replaced by someone, or he has definitely changed his mind of how he wants to rule in this kingdom. So definitely good chapter. I hope he got most of the characters on his side again, but I do understand why they're against him, and it's mainly because he's just going and fighting head on and not really thinking of the consequences if he loses. So yeah, I mean, they don't want to die in his hands for his sake. And honestly, even with this story, some of them might be like, okay, yeah, but he didn't kill my family, so what is it to me still, right? So we'll see what happens in the next chapter. Like I said, I believe this is the last chapter that they have released so far, so hopefully more come out before this one releases, and we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.